Martell Holt is a hot mess. And there is a journalist who works for The Sun who is dedicated to exposing Martell and all of his lies, okay? She has been talking about Martell for a minute, keeping her foot on his neck. And we're going to talk about all of those articles, including the most recent one where she has shared that Martell has to undergo a court ordered psych examination. We're going to talk about all of it. She also said that Martell has a court date coming up next month regarding the Revenge P and another one in April that has to do with his and Melody's children. So more on a custody hearing. We're going to talk about all of it, y'all. Every single drop. I'm telling y'all everything that's in these articles. But before we get started, y'all already know what to do, okay? Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Hit the like, the notification bell, share the video. That's how others find me right here on YouTube. Follow me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. Here's the content disclaimer. Here's the fair use disclaimer. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about Martell Holt today, y'all. I got it up here. Here's the banner. The discussion is about reality TV pop culture. It is for entertainment purposes only. This is all opinion and, alleged comments. Okay. But Martell Holt, who was just talking to Tasha K a couple of weeks ago, really, really set the internet on fire, trying to show us a video of Melody, who was clearly upset because Martell had stolen money from her. Listen, that journalist I was telling you about, she talks about that in one of her articles. So I'm going to share all the details around that, y'all. A lot of us did not have that information correct, but she brought some new information I don't think that we had. So I'm definitely talking about it. But either way, he was talking about corporal punishment, spanking his children in this interview. Did y'all remember that? Because just yesterday, Melody had made this post right here where she said, super duper blessed. Man, when I say you can sit back and let people run their mouth and mess up their own, I was hoping, that's in quotes, I was hoping bag. Tuh, when talking too much goes wrong. Now, a lot of people are trying to figure out what she meant. Well, I have an audio clip from the Tasha K interview that I want y'all to hear because Martell definitely say, I was hoping. Check this out.
Just gonna y'all gonna keep that top spot and just keep fighting and going at it and
moving forward, I won't be fighting with Melody because like right now, I'm not filming right now because I'm like we got to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And I'm I'm hoping that that's what everybody else want to do too.
Mm. So he's hoping that that's what everybody else wants to do when he has two court cases coming up, and he knows damn well that those court cases are very, very serious, you guys. And also, what do you mean you're hoping? You're hoping that you could. Now, it does sound like at this point that people were doing some investigations over there at OWN and making decisions about whether or not he films. Well, again, according to this post that Melody made saying, you're over there running your mouth and messing up your own I was hoping bag. I don't know, y'all. It sounds to me like the verdict may be in on Martell and whether or not he films anymore. Okay. But I'm just saying. Now, we're going to talk about these articles too. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's start with this one right here. This is the first one, you guys. This was written initially in 2022, but they made an update to the article in 2024. So just last month in January, there was an update. And this article, let's pull it up. This article is called A Ladies' Man. Who is Martell? Martell Holt is well known for starring on OWN's Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's written by Jennifer Robach and Mary Conley. Like I said, July 2022, July 21st, 2022, updated January 10th, 2024. But it goes on just to kind of share like his background, saying that he was once known for a successful career as a custom home builder and then made headlines due to his affairs and rumored relationships. So they're basically giving us the rise and fall of Martell in this article, in my opinion. just again going on giving us information we already know, talking about his job as a reality star, graduating from A&M University. Then it says that he had a relationship with Melody that was, they ended up breaking up due to his multi-year affair. And then there was rumors in July of 2022 that he was dating Real Housewives star Sheree Whitfield. So we all know that that was a business arrangement. Melody exposed him on the season 6 reunion, right? Anyway, in September of 2023, that's when Sheree said we're no longer dating. And it had to do with her being, she said something like, I'm always included in his mess. Yeah, here's the line. She said, when he's with me, we have the most amazing time. He's very respectful, but I pulled back a bit because I'm always getting caught up in his mess. So that was the line that Sheree gave to let people know that they're not dating anymore. They also talked about Martell's net worth, saying that some reports say he's worth around 20 million, while others estimate it to be around 5 million. Neither are true from what it sounds like, but they said that it's all of these earnings comes from his, I guess, Holt and Holt Enterprise, which we know they actually filed bankruptcy, so they weren't able to move forward in that business together. And then whatever his show earnings are. Now, I do know that some people make a lot of money. I think I just heard today that Candy Burris was making an upwards of 2 million on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she has recently pulled back from the show, taken a break, not fired, not leaving the show completely. She said she still will be filming some scenes and she has, some other agreements or partnerships with RHOA, but 2 million is a lot of money. And if reality stars can reach that point, I understand why you would, stick around and get that paycheck. Okay. It is a cute check. Now, that was the first article, like I said, written in 2022, updated in 2024. Now, let's get to the next article. So y'all see it, right? This article leads with Sheree. Now, when Sheree said that she's caught up in this mess, this may be what she meant. Because Martell, you would think he could hold this headline by himself, but no. Dyana Cooper, who wrote this article back May 8th, 2023, updated it the next day, May 9th, 2023. Dyana Cooper, by the way, is the journalist who's dedicated to getting these articles out here about Martell. Anyway, the headline reads, "Watch out, Sheree." RHOA star Sheree Whitfield's new man, Martell Holt, filed for bankruptcy in 2020 and said that he owed creditors up to 10 million. That's a lot of damn money, right? So let's get into it. Now, a lot of this came out last year. I know I talked about it a little bit, but we're going to talk about it anyway, because like I said, Martell was on Tasha K's channel talking all kinds of mess that this article, according to this article, he's lying about. So here it says that Sheree's 53, right? Which we knew at the time. Sheree was 53, Martell was 41. And it says that pretty much what I had read in the other article, that she had to give up on this relationship because he was putting her in his mess. Then she said, despite what you see on TV, he's never shown me anything but respect. I am really happy that I didn't give up on love and that I left the door open. All lies that we now know. She also said that Martell exudes big dick energy and praised his muscular arms and overall great physique. Martell didn't even kiss Sheree on camera. Like, he didn't even kiss her for the New Year's Eve, ringing it in. It was just, they had a weird energy, a weird chemistry, which is no chemistry at all. Now they get into Martell's bankruptcy. It said prior to dating the reality star, Martell filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in October 2020, months after his ex-wife Melody Holt filed for divorce, which is Melody Rogers right now. In the court documents exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, Martell indicated that he owed less than 50 creditors between $1 million and $10 million. That's a lot of money. Creditors that he listed included his ex, Melody, American Express, Capital One, Lowe's, Home Depot, and the IRS. Now, guess how much money he owed Melody. Remember the video he showed of Melody, putting the lighter fluid on the couch and saying, "Give me my damn money, Martell." That's 17,000. Well, when Martell filed for bankruptcy, y'all, he included Melody in the filing because the judge did order him to pay her back. So, bam, I just want to say that because he was out there crying in the car talking about Melody lied and that was my money, girl, and all this other stuff, just gaslighting till his little heart's content. But it goes on to say that he noted at the time that his estimated assets were between 500K and 1 million. From the Internal Revenue Service alone, he owed outstanding amounts over 76,000 in 2017, 66,000 in 2018, and over 131,000 in 2019. Martell ended up walking away with a lot of discharges, relinquishing him from his responsibilities to pay other creditors or various creditors. The judge even allowed him to keep his property in Huntsville, Alabama. Not having to turn it over to a trustee, the case was terminated in 2021. Now, you would think that after getting that clean of a start, that he would walk the right path, but no, not Martell. In the midst of all of these bankruptcy proceedings, Martell and his wife also filed for Chapter 7 on behalf of their company, Holt and Holt Entrepreneurship. This is something that Melody actually talked about. It goes on to say that they had also owed Eva Bank and Synovus Bank, and that the son had reached out to Melody and Martell for comment, but they didn't get anything from them. Now let's move into past accusations. Melody and Martell Holt were part of OWN's Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it gives us dates. We know that Melody is still filming right now. Martell is sitting on his hands. Martell disclosed his legal issues on the show that featured other two couples from Huntsville, which we already know. They said the Bravo couple, but it's actually OWN. And it basically goes on to say that Martell is now the father of 5. In an interview with Madame Nior, Melody put Martell's money troubles on blast while claiming that he stole money from her. The article says, "What I will say is around August or September of last year, 2022, and this is a quote from Melody. She said, we had a joint business account and we had joint businesses. We had joint business funds that went into that account. And prior to, we would split the funds 50-50, no biggie," she spilled to the outlet. In fall, Martell decided that he was going to take money out of that account, and I have not gotten it back. I don't think I'm going to get it back because it was done before he filed bankruptcy, which wipes it all clean. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Just because he took the time to play that video, knowing that he has a psych eval that he had to take back in December, he's going to put that video out there like, I don't know what's going on with Melody. Melody's abusive. Melody provokes me. Child, can you imagine? They had an account that they were literally splitting 50-50 without any issue. Then Martell goes in, steals money out of the account, then adds it to the bankruptcy filing. Adds it to the bankruptcy filing. I just want to paint the picture of how low down dirty dog he actually is. Melody appears to be the only one working this through some sort of good faith, and Martell is doing something completely different, getting on, being completely dishonest. Anyway, it talks more about the cheating rumors, which we all know, child. We all know those, so we don't have to cover that again. But yeah, that is pretty deep. Okay. Now let's get into this other article, also written by Dyana. Okay. So let's check that one out. So, like I said, this one is also written by Dyana Cooper, and y'all see the headline. It leads with Sheree Whitfield, okay? This one was written June 12th, 2023, updated June 13th, 2023. But it said, shocking claims. RHOA star Sheree Whitfield's boyfriend, Martell Holt, accused of abuse by ex-wife Melody in explosive divorce. So let's look at this a little bit, okay? So it says reality star's love interest wasn't given the warmest welcome after being introduced to the RHOA cast. So if you guys watched that season, you already know Kenya handed Martell his entire ass, okay? Some people, we already knew what was going on. Again, it gives Sheree 53, talks about what Kenya said when she said, once a cheater, always a cheater, you effing piece of shit, okay? And then it talked about, goes into the court case. The Sun can exclusively report that Martell has been accused of child abuse in a court filing by Melody. And it said that Melody also sought a protection order against Martell January 11th of 2022. Now, again, I think he tried to talk about this a little bit on Tasha K's channel, but I'm not sure because according to the latest article, which I'll read to you guys in a second, Martell is being accused of doing some crazy stuff as recently as the month of December of 2023 with the children, okay? So all of this is happening outside of the show. Y'all remember they stopped filming the show, or they ended filming in July, early July, I believe, of 2023. Then they ended up filming the reunion in October of 2023. So they had that little bit of a break, filmed the reunion, which was, I believe, a one-day event in 2023, October 2023. And then they resumed filming in January of 2024. This would be for season 7. Anyway, here's the details. It said, although the details of the protection order are sealed, the U.S. Sun has learned that the order was for the children. So it was regarding the kiddos. In addition, Martell is also the father to another child, which we already know. Yeah, okay. New allegations. Let's go through it. According to a separate filing that is part of Melody and Martell's divorce case, Martell filed a petition January 26, 2022 to modify the custody arrangement. So even though Martell keeps acting like Melody took me to court, you started this entire thing. Okay, Martell started the entire thing. Melody, as she had pointed out, if you're going to take me to court, boo, I might as well take you to court as well. He basically said that Melody violated the clauses made back in March of 2021. Now, get this, because this shocked the hell out of me. There's something wrong with Martell if he actually put this on paper and didn't recognize how crazy it sounded. Okay. It says, Martell said, it says, in one instance, Martell stated that hold on, this is a typo, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry about that. It should read, Martell stated that he had showed up to the house one night in November 21 after not being able to say goodnight to their kids, and that Melody served him with a trespass notice after that. Now, Melody actually shared this, I believe, on the show when she was talking to Nell Fletcher. Nell had came and sat with her and said, you know, this is what Martell told us. And she said, no, Martell literally follows me. She had to serve him with a trespass notice. This is what they're referring to. Anyways, that was a typo, you guys. So if you're reading along, that's why I had to stop for a minute, because I was like, what am I reading here? But Martell then shed light on the protection order, saying that she falsely accused him of child abuse and a separate protection order. Plaintiff accusation comes after she had learned about his modification action through the reality show that both are on, right? So Martell has said this several times, that someone on the show, maybe another producer, had shared with Melody that he was talking about suing for full custody, and that she tried to beat him to the punch. Like, she probably would have never done it if this person didn't say X, Y, and Z. Doesn't matter how she got the news, boo. What really matters is why in the hell were you doing it? It goes on to say it was a he said and she said. They talked about the petition. And that Melody said that Martell disciplines and punishes the children. It's excessive and abusive. The defendant uses objects to hit the children, often hard enough to draw blood. He says that he spanked them, or He has spanked them excessively. Again, this is another conversation that he was having with Tasha K, saying that he doesn't think anything's wrong with it. She further claimed that the court restricted the party's ability to use corporal punishment and that he was supposed to attend therapy with the child, which he has not done so. Okay. Melody also defended the fact that she served him with a trespass notice. She wrote that the defendant arrived at her house at night unannounced and without permission. Yeah, I agree with that. So, anywho, that is basically everything. And then it talks a little bit more about what the judge had communicated, saying that in March of 2023, so early last year, an Alabama judge signed off on the order after both parties battled it out in trial. And the judge wrote, during the current trial, this court has found testimony of both parents to be less than genuine. Each parent can only recall testimony in their favor, but are evasive in other respects. A judge further stated that Martell has made positive strides, interesting, and is placing his children's best interests first. The former couple was ordered by the judge per filing to enroll and complete a conflict resolution class. Martell and Melody were also ordered to continue their joint custodial agreement, meaning that Martell was denied his request for sole physical custody. In addition, they were told that they must notify each other if they're traveling out of town or out of state with the children. Melody was also told to provide her contact information immediately, and the judge found that the star demonstrated an inability to co-parent given her excess blocking of the kid's father. Now, Melody and Martell, and we've all saw this just, throughout, just with what happened a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, right? Both of them have been pulling back. Melody in particular, I believe it was her manager who said that they have kept a lot of things to themselves, trying to allow him to get to the other side of this hump, but he has not been able to do so successfully. And I am happy that Melody is back in court and seeing this all the way through. He doesn't deserve any more breaks. He doesn't deserve any more breaks. So that's what I'm going to say on that. Legal issues. Let's see. It basically says what we already talked about with him having owed the IRS money and having between 1 million and 10 million in debt. So, okay, let's talk about the most recent article that was published within the last 48 hours. Okay, so this article was also written by Dyana Cooper. It's titled Nasty Divorce, Lovemere Huntsville, Martell Holt, ordered to undergo a psych eval after ex accuses him of abusing the kids. Let's get into it, child, because this one was probably like the biggest one for me, especially since, again, everything that he had talked about on Tasha K, even though we all knew it was a damn lie. Y'all can go back and listen to my review for that interview. I kept saying, what the hell is going on? But they're getting into it. Martell, who is now 42, Melody 38. They're saying that this divorce battle has gotten even more nasty, has grown even more concerns out of Martell's erratic behavior and inappropriate treatment of their children. And y'all know, anytime Martell is being accused of something that's more than likely true, he comes out and he will do the dumbest and say the dumbest things. And this is just an example of it. Truly is. Anyway, he was ordered to undergo this evaluation. So we're going to have to see what comes out of this, if it's going to be published or not. But in December, as of December 14th, 2023, the court ordered Martell to undergo a psych evaluation after the mom of four filed a motion demanding that he submit, ahead of their trial that is going to happen in April. According to Alabama court docs exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, Melody informed the court that mental, psychological, and emotional stability of the father is at issue. And she is right about that, okay? I believe there is a YouTuber by the name of Damien After Dark who used to be a producer on the show who has already come out and said anytime, on when he was working for that show, Martell had a scene. He was begging producers to please help him get his family back. I want my relationship back with Mel. I want my family back. I want my children back. Carlos King has come out and recently said that. Listen, we all know what Martell does when it comes to those producers and wanting to film with Melody. It is Martell who has been denying it, but even that alone lets us know where his headspace is. But they're going on to say the filing stated that based on the father's recent erratic behavior at the minor children's school, that is crazy, practice and other public places, as well as inappropriate, unhinged, and erratic behavior toward the mother and the minor children, a thorough and complete mental evaluation of the father is essential to the court's decision regarding important issues in the case regarding child custody and visitation. Now, I don't know if you guys remember in the Tasha K interview, Martell says something like, I always have dinner or lunch, I always have lunch with my kids. I always go up to the school and have lunch with my kids. And this time I was stopped and prevented from doing so. Um, and I am sure that he showed his entire ass at that school. But Melody is saying, listen, he does not know how to handle himself. And he definitely needs, we need to know what's going on here because my kids shouldn't be embarrassed. And we don't know what's going to happen next. Martell's just out of his mind. And he's also done it on the set of the show. Okay. He's done it on the set of that show at the reunion with Melody's makeup artist, right? It says Melody argued that his actions are detrimental to the physical, emotional, and mental well being of the children and fears the children have already suffered emotional damage as a result of Martell's irate and erratic behavior. In the same filing, she claimed Sheree Whitfield, his ex, she claimed Sheree Whitfield's ex, continued to use corporal punishment against their minor children. Woo. Listen, Dyana is definitely dedicated to putting Sheree's name in all of these articles, and I love it. Thank you, girl. Anyways, it goes on to say that she gave an example about that happened on December 11th, where he allegedly threatened to tear them up once the divorce case is over, referring to their minor children. And he said the same thing, said the same thing on Tasha K. So Melody ain't lying when she was like, you just messed things up with your I'm in my hoping bag. Child, he definitely did. He said all of these words. I would subpoena all of that and give it to the judge. Tear them up after the divorce case was over. He even offered to allow the children to be on the television show if he could use corporal punishment in the future, which is absolutely just ridiculous. The TV personality is also the father of his youngest son, which we know all of that. Third time's a charm. Although everything was thought to be resolved, Melody has filed this new case. She actually filed this petition in July of 2023 regarding custody and visitation, claiming that Martell was mentally and emotionally abusive to the minors. So she did that in July of 23, and then in August of 2023, she went on down and put out that warrant for Martell's arrest regarding the revenge plea. Yeah, I think she's done. She's fed up. Good for her. In the filing obtained by the U.S. Sun, Melody said that her ex continued to use excessive and abusive corporal punishment toward the children, including but not limited to choking, grabbing, punching of their son, hitting all of the children, pulling and twisting them. The father has refused to follow the court order and has stopped therapy between him and his son. The father continues to incorporate corporal punishment on the minor children that they only want to see their father if he's willing to stop hitting them. This is really, really sad. She also said that he exhibited behavior that has been negligent and unstable, lacking proper parenting when it comes to their care during his custodial times, such as not having food for them to eat. I hope she put that in there, but she gave examples of him threatening, of him saying that he will knock them out. That's really ridiculous, Martell. Apart from being concerned about the children's mental and well-being, she stated that she's concerned about Martell's mental stability. He continues to relocate. Okay, so the place that he had gotten on the show, I wonder if he's since relocated from there. And she also mentioned that he threatened to distribute a revenge P tape that the two of them created during their marriage. So she added that to the filing. Good for her. Given all of this, she has requested the court to only allow him daytime visits with the kids until he enrolls back in therapy and anger management. Martell responded to Melody's filing, which she filed in July. 4 months later, in November, his counterclaim is that she also spanked the minor child. Oh, Lord. And then also said that she has continuously filed frivolous, untruthful motions, so she may be in control of all decision making regarding the children. And he goes on to say that she is looking for financial gain, putting the children back on television. Melody's response to that is that she absolutely has not spanked those kids, and that in regards to economic opportunity, she believes in affording her children every opportunity that is beneficial and desirous of aiding in their success in life. Good for her. Absolutely, absolutely accurate. And he should want the same thing for her children, their children together. But like I said, I've always felt that Martell was trying to stop the growth of the Eminem kids. He did not want them to gain any type of success or popularity because he wants the other one to be a part of that. Not going to happen. I agree with Melody on that. But y'all can let me know what y'all think. Then it goes on to talk about the arrest, which we are all familiar with, that happened on January 9th. That was the arrest for the revenge P. Okay. And Martell's response, at least the response that his PR gave, is that he did not intentionally, is what they said. He did not mean any type of intentional harm, which what? Okay. But y'all can let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments. Okay. I just wanted to let y'all know that Diane Cooper is not playing around when it comes to getting these stories out here about Martell Holt. The Sun is dedicated to setting the record straight. And I don't blame them. I am going to keep my eye on anything else that the Sun brings forward. But y'all talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think, okay? Make sure that you like, subscribe, you share the video because that's how others find me. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will see you all on the next one.